We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those.
Something big about to happen. I hear the beat tapping. We some fly rhyming felines rapping on the track. Better yet, grab a gat, cause we hot like Enzo. Doors closed, windows up, cause that's the way we like to ride. Windy City hitting. Check mic 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. One. Whew. What's up, Chicago, and welcome back to season 17, episode 604 of Speak Your Mind Radio. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Queen Starr, aka MzHipHop, and today we'll be talking to artist, producer, and creative DJ GlassHeart from Georgia, and we will be discussing his newly released mixtape, Taught by Birds and Strangers. Plus, we'll talk about what it means to stand out in the underground world of hip hop. So without further ado, bringing up next to the mic, the one and the only DJ GlassHeart. What's up, man?
What's going on? That was a great intro. Thank you again for having me on the show again.
Oh, you're welcome, man. You're so welcome. I'm glad you're here today.
Thank you.
So, you know, each and every episode, we start off the show with a traditional icebreaker question for all the artists. So let's get started.
Okay.
DJ GlassHeart, when was the moment that you realized that you were confident in your craft?
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. It's kind of low-key, it's been changing, like, I say over like a couple of the last things I've been making. I'll be talking to my homies about it. Like, I was talking to Davey and Murphy about this. I was like, yo, I'm starting to just now get to the points where it's like, I like my music. Like, I can like listen to it myself. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like that's kind of weird for an artist to like, or for any rapper or any musician to be like, oh yeah, I'm just now starting to like listen to my stuff outside of like trying to perfect it or trying to make it. So it's a very humbling place to be now. I think right before I started working on this was like the point where I was like, okay, like I'm starting to actually like what I make now. So that's probably it. Yeah, probably like a couple of months ago. So
that's crazy. Damn.
Yeah. But I mean, I've been making stuff like low-key, like back to back, like since the summertime. So it's kind of been like consistent progress. So, you know, but yeah.
Well, kudos to you on the progress, because this album stood out. I mean, not this album, this mixtape stood out to me for so many reasons. And I'm just gonna tell everybody the story. You know, I reached out to you when I saw you drop some more music, and I'm like, what is this? This looks dope as hell, you know? And then I went to go listen, and I'm like, I really, really related to it. And we are going to get into that, but I want to know, like, the album's artwork. It seems very symbolic, from the child to the tree on Memorial Street, you know?
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely symbolic. Well, first, before I start talking about like the symbolism, shout out to Lena Mendelberg. I found her on Instagram because like I had the idea for like something like based on like children book illustration. And I kind of wanted to go along like a narrative in some sorts. This is before like I had like any like real idea of like what it was basically gonna be about, or like song structure or anything like that. But I was like, I don't know, something child book style, preferably watercolor. And then she just popped up. Like I was just looking through Instagram, I found her. I started talking to her. She was like hella cool. She was hella down for the idea. And yeah, so we linked up off that. I guess to talk about the symbolism a little bit. So on the cover, it's like the red cardinal bird. It's me, and then it's the sign in the back which says Memorial Drive. So and we're gonna talk about this later, what, you know, the album means and all that. But Talk About Strangers and Birds, it was really just about like travel, and kind of being in like transport, always being in transportation. And I would say like over this past year, especially like being on MARTA and using a lot more public transportation, whether it be like my skateboard or riding a bus or riding a train or anything like that. I feel like it gives me a place to think. Also gives you a place to like have these conversations with random people that you probably will never see again, which also gives you like some like leeway for like vulnerability. So I kind of wanted to like fuse all those things into the cover art. And I didn't even tell Lena this, but the symbolism behind like the red bird and things. So I don't know if you've heard this before, but when you see a red cardinal bird, especially like after the passing of a loved one, it's often like a sign that they're coming back to like greet you or just see how you're doing, just like check up on you. And like me and my mother, we always have this thing where it's like, whenever we see a red bird or see a red cardinal, we'll be like, that's grandma, or like, that's our mother. So yeah, the red bird came from that. Memorial Drive is like, that's like my bus stop. That's where I go on the bus to like go to school, go to work. So yeah, that was like, you know, the whole idea of like the cover. I just wanted to make it feel like real childlike. So yeah, that was really it.
That's crazy, because, you know, me trying to piece it together and interpret it in my own way, I got a lot of that feeling from that artwork. I was like, this looks like a child's illustration book, like, you know, like a cover of a child's book. And I'm gonna get into the music too, because some of the tracks reminded me of a child's lullaby. I'll get into it though. But anyway, I don't want to get carried away. But yeah, like, that is so dope to me. Like, I feel like you pulled this project from your inner child. Like, that's what I feel like. You feel me? And
yeah, definitely.
This project also reminds me of some earlier Kanye work. You know, when they told him, oh boy, you can't rap, or you can't make beats, you can't this, you can't that. But he was rhyming from the beginning. He was producing art from the beginning. And that's what you remind me of. So
exactly. And another thing about the cover, so another reason I had got the idea for like the child book illustration type of thing, when I was younger, I used to have this book called like the People Could Fly, and it was like this like black book about just like sharecroppers and like just like common black folk that could like had like these like super magical kind of powers. And yeah, it kind of came from that. And I feel like a lot of my music, or a lot of what I make, it kind of deals in like fantasy and also like, you know, real life situations, like real trauma, like real stuff that everybody goes through. So yeah, I was just trying to connect some of those things. And yeah, you mentioned Kanye and like feeling like oh, he can't rap or he can't make beats and stuff like this. I feel like here I was just like making music. And honestly, a lot of this stuff was made within like a 2-week period. So I would just be coming home like off the bus or off the train. I would just be writing, and I would just write on the bus or write when I got to the crib, or, you know, just after homework or whatever. So yeah, it kind of just came from that. So
yeah, that's really cool. I felt that presence of your grandmother for real before you even said that and mentioned Cardinal. And also, you know that I feel your mom right next to you, because she's right there literally with you. Yeah. And they just have a strong presence around you. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. Like,
thank you.
You're so welcome, man. I hope your mom hears this and you connect with your grandmom too.
Yo, the crazy thing about it was like, when I dropped it, I think I made like a like Instagram post or whatever talking about like making a project or whatever. And like my mom texted me, she was like, and she always does this. She does this like every morning. She's like, "Good morning, son. I love you so much. Have a great day." Like, you know, just like typical cute mom stuff. But she, like at the end of the text, she was like, "Love the music," and that was like my confirmation. Like, okay, like I did something good. Like that's all I needed. So yeah, that made me super happy. And yeah, it was a song Uber that she heard, and I think probably because of the Instagram post, but she heard that fully. And she was like, "This sounds good. Like, I like this." So yeah, I was happy about it.
That's crazy. I was actually gonna talk about that song too, but I mean, I guess like I'll talk about it now, actually.
Yeah, for sure. Whatever order you want to go in. I'm not trying to skip nothing.
Okay, well, we're not gonna skip nothing. You're right. Yeah. The artwork, it just really pulled me in. It drew me in to listen to the story behind the music, and I really love the excerpts of poetry that you had throughout the narration of the mixtape. So I know we talked about this already, but for the people out there who don't know, who is the voice behind the poetry of the narration?
Okay, so when you first texted me, you had thought it was my mother.
Yeah.
But it's actually it's an audiobook from Deanna Ross. I can't remember the name. I'm not gatekeeping. I deadass can't remember the name right now. But yeah, it's her audiobook, and she basically talks about like her life story, and just like kind of honestly just being in transport, like going from being a child and moving around to become like this huge superstar. Yeah, I just took excerpts from it. She had, I think I took from 2 chapters. She had this one called Rain Ritual, and then another one talking about like her childhood, like her upbringing and stuff like that. So yeah, that's where the excerpts came from. All of the other like background like voxes and like background sounds, like the bird noises and like the cars going by and like the old man talking, that's actual footage from my iPhone. I gotta record like conversations or whatever. So yeah, that's where all that stuff came from.
That's crazy as hell. Oh my God. Cause I literally imagined those were real conversations, but I thought it was like, you know what I'm saying, the background of you and one of your friends talking, riding a bus or something, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I thought in my mind.
Yeah. A reason one of the reasons why like I would say I don't know, all of my music is kind of like vulnerable, and like I talk about a lot of stuff that I don't know, I talk about my life. I don't know what else to like talk about in music. But one reason I felt like nothing at all making this and just was like freely able to write was honestly a lot of the conversation I was having. So Memorial Drive 119, which is the bus I get on, it's this old man like and the shit is crazy because like even after dropping this, like I have not seen him since. But like every day while I was working on this or like just going to the bus stop, he would be there like every day. It was an old roster man, and like we would just be sitting there talking, like chilling, just like, and I would bring him food from work and he would be there. Some days he would be there, some days he wouldn't. And yeah, I don't know, it was just something about like this like stranger like honestly being so vulnerable and being so willing to tell me about his life stories, tell me about his life experiences. It was like, I mean, why not? You know, why not try to put actually what I'm feeling right now into the music? And yeah, I think that's a cool thing about it also. It's like you can, I try to not be in the same position as I am when I put something out. But this whole period of like making this music felt like real like transitional for some reason. I don't know why, but it could just be because like this is my last year of college. I'm making music and there's just a lot going on. But I don't know, it just felt really good making the music, honestly. But yeah, he was another super like big reason why I made it. So yeah.
Man, that all that right there is symbolic.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy as hell. Like it's dead ass like he was like a guardian angel. Like I haven't seen this nigga like literally since I made the project and like put it out. I have not seen him since. But like it's crazy because like I would just see him like randomly walking. No, I'm lying. He came by my job one day, but ever since then I haven't seen him since. So, but yeah.
That's amazing. So if you ever see him again, would you let him listen to the album?
For sure, because like I don't like I don't know. I think it's just something about like making music and being like this being like your like creative expression or whatever. You don't always like feel comfortable like telling people like, yo, I make music. But the fact that I included his voice in it, I kind of feel like obligated to be like, yo, bro, this is like that's your voice on the song. So yeah, for sure. If I see him again, I'm gonna let him know.
Okay, that's what's up. You should.
Yeah.
You definitely.
Yeah, I got to.
Yeah, that was an amazing story, by the way. So yeah. Now going back to everything, you set the tone for this mixtape with Sandman, and
Yeah.
it reminded me something that I would play for my mom in the car. Like I don't know why, but tell us the vibe behind that track.
Okay, so I can't remember how I made it. I mean, I don't know. My process of making music kind of starts the same for damn near every song. I smoke, I be at home, I'll be listening to beats, or I'll be listening to like samples and trying to find something. And I was playing, I'm not gonna say the game, but it's a Nintendo game. And I had took like this like bird sample from like the beginning, like the opening OST. I took it from the game. I'm not gonna say the game because I don't want to get sued and they take the song down. But I got that from Nintendo. And I just like let that loop in the background for a minute. It was just the bird sounds. And then yeah, from that I just went to YouTube, found some other samples and like kind of just stuck them together. And I don't know, I didn't want the song to be super long. All my songs are kind of like a minute 30, 2 minutes if that's like the max. And one reason being is like I feel like, especially with the type of music I make, with it being so like transing and like looping, I feel like it can be a lot to listen to, especially for like a 3-minute period. And also another thing is like a lot of people like to drag on shorter songs, but I feel like another like advantage to shorter songs is like people are always gonna be wanting more. Like it's never enough. So it kind of becomes like this climax that you never get. So it's like by putting that at the beginning of the album, it's like, okay, let me see what else the rest of the shit is about. And then it goes into like different things. So yeah, that's kind of why I just started with that. It just made the most sense. And also it has like the pretty bird noises at the beginning. And it's like taught by birds and strangers. So it just made sense for like format purposes.
That's dope. I was watching the Discovery Channel like some time ago, and I just realized that through that birds mimic people.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so, no, it's crazy. So, me and this family friend, his name is Mr. Dan, and rest in peace to him. But we used to like do like these piano moves or whatever, and it was this old lady's house. I don't know what type of birds she had. They're like these white birds. I'm not sure, but no bullshit. Like we would walk in there, we'd be working on the piano, and like they would mimic the the Andy Griffin show.
Yeah.
So it's like they will mimic that theme, and like Mr. Dan be like, "Yo, is they like doing the Andy?" And she's like, "Yeah, they like to watch the show." I'm like, I don't know, bro. Animals are crazy as fuck. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
That is so cool. I love it. Yeah, because people are people watchers, you know.
Exactly. So it's like, what do you think animals do? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. So taught by birds and strangers. I get it.
Exactly.
Perfect.
But yeah, I don't know. The thing with like being taught by a bird, obviously it's like the symbolism of like my grandmother and like the cardinal bird. But I feel like I always see a cardinal bird at a period of my life where I feel like I'm just kind of stagnant or kind of not doing enough. And like, I don't know. It's just something about always seeing one appear. It kind of like gives me like a signal that maybe I'm taking the right direction. Whether it be through art or through school or, just through like personal relationships and like personal things I go from. I don't know. She's always like a sign in some ways. So yeah, that's what it meant to be taught by a bird. And taught by the stranger was like the old Rasta man. And, those conversations and stuff like that. So yeah, that was like the basis of it.
That is so cool. I'm so glad I got the gist of the project, like seriously. And I have a message for you too, because like I was told to tell you that you literally are going to succeed, whether it's through your music or your life goals or whatever.
Thank you.
And transition what you feel, you are on the right track, because this is the end of the beginning of something new.
For sure.
And this is the 1 year. We just left the 9 year, the snake year, and we're in the horse year. And that means for you to go full throttle with your goals, because you're in your last year of college. Proud of you, for real. And this music if it did for me too, listening to it, it felt like a transition. Listening to it, I can't explain it, but thank you.
No, yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. I don't know much about like the animal ear type. Like that's like Murphy can tell you all about that shit. Like he can sit here for like hours on end. And I'll probably ask him when I leave this interview, be like, yo, like what's the snake? But yeah, I don't know. I just took it as a sign, and like you said before, like for some reason it just felt like really like transitional. Like I don't know. It just didn't feel like the music I had been making before. And maybe it's because I took a break and I was just more focused on like school and life stuff. But yeah, this one definitely felt a lot different. And I was a lot more happy making this project too, for sure. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm so happy for you. Okay, let's move along. One of my standout tracks on the mixtape, Taught by Birds and Strangers, would have to be Where the Fuck Coach Frank?
Yeah, Coach Frank, man.
That one was so funny. I mean, just the the title alone, but I like the melody of the song, and I like the chant. And this one reminds me, for some reason, of a children's lullaby. I don't know. I kept playing it over and over because I was soothed by it. You know. So, what's the story behind this track?
Okay, so I'll talk about it a little. And shout out my homie Jaro. Shout out just like to internet friends, bro. I swear to God, I be meeting some of the coolest people like on the internet. I've never met these niggas a day in my life, but they'd be always like so cool. But shout out Jaro. I think his name on Instagram is like JARO.mp3. He also makes music, also makes beats. So hopefully, me and him will end up making something. But that's like one of his favorite songs. But okay, Coach Frank. Coach Frank comes from a video game. It's a series called Skate, and I grew up playing it. So like Skate 1, Skate 2, Skate 3, and they just released a new one. We don't talk about the new one. The new one is like, so we don't talk about that game. But Skate 3 had Coach Frank. Coach Frank is basically, he's just like a skate coach at the beginning of the game. He's just funny as hell. Mm-hmm. And that's why he has like the Coach Frank, you know, like the Vox things in the sample. The actual lullaby part that you're talking about, or the actual main part of the sample, is what's the name of the song? It's I'd Rather Sleep by Carol Benito. I don't know how to describe the genre, but it's like kind of electronic, kind of like alternative. But yeah, that's that sample. And I just really like that song, honestly. I didn't think it was gonna sound that good when I made it. But yeah, the Coach Frank thing just came from that. And this came from like my disdain from like the new skate game. That shit is just like bad. It's just like a money grab, and it's just, I don't know. But that's besides the point. But yeah, that's where the whole thing, like, where the fuck Coach Frank came from. Cause like, bro, why is he not in the new game? Like, that's literally why I made the song. It had no deeper meaning than that. But yeah, that's who Coach Frank is.
That is so funny.
But yeah.
Okay, so because you had some wild names on this project, like
yeah. I know the next one you're gonna say.
What? Tell me. No, tell me.
Go to Hell You Mortals, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah. That was a good one too. That one's a good one too.
Oh, you're talking about a different one?
Yeah, it was Behind Bad Mix and Bad Nerves.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Bad Mix, Bad Nerves. The mix on that song was just really bad. Like I don't know what it was. I mean, I always record with like headphones like these, and, like my phone.
Wow.
But yeah, I literally make everything on my phone like that ass. But yeah, nah. For some reason, it just sounded like really bad, but I liked the song, so I wasn't like, bro, I'm not gonna keep redoing this shit trying to make it sound better. So I just put it on there. I was like, bad mix, bad nerve, cause I have like really bad nerves when it comes to certain shit. But I was like, yeah, bro, this mix is bad. Let me add something else too. I was like, bad mix, bad nerves, fuck it, and it just ended up being on there. Yeah, a lot of this shit was like really spur of the moment, but I don't know, it just sounded good, so I just kept it.
You so funny. What about Go to Hell, You Mortals?
Okay, so cool. So Go to Hell You Mortals. So the actual the name of the track is in reference to something that an anime character says in a manga. the actual, well, in an anime, but the actual sample also comes from the same anime. So the anime is called Devilman Crybaby. And it's about like this devil sort of character, but the whole fact is like he's a crybaby, like he feels for other people, like he's an empath. And fun fact, the first time I watched that was with my great grandmother, and it's really not the type of anime you should watch with your great grandmother, to be honest with you. Besides the point, but yeah, the sample came from that, and the sample's called Miki, Miki. But yeah, the actual title, Go to Hell You Mortals, he says it at the end of the show. I'm not gonna spoil it because if people want to watch it, they're gonna be mad as hell if I spoil it. But yeah, it's because of something that happens in the show, and he's like, all right, go to hell, you mortals. Like, that's where it came from. But yeah, it just came from that anime and the sample too. So yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Different resources, but another standout track for me was Now We Get to It, Uber Illy Mommy, and I think the track was well blended. I love if I'm right, the Anita Baker sample that was used, and of course the narrator's voice with the poetry, and it made me think of my mama.
Was it Anita Baker?
No.
Bro, I don't be lying. Like when I be saying I deadass can't remember. Like after I make it, I don't remember the song no more after. Like, cause I'll delete the like the screen recording that I have on my phone and like just have the track. But I don't know. It probably is Anita Baker. I always listen to some of her shit, so it could be. But yeah. All right. So Uber, I Love You, Mommy. Illy is I Love You, Mommy. But yeah. So at the end of the song, I say, my mama hold this shit down. I'm in the Uber spinning. In a group chat between me, my Viva friends, Davey, Murphy, Jay. I think it was on like. It had to be New Year's because that was the only day I got drunk. But anyways, I was in an Uber that my mother had called for me going home, and I had texted him in the chat. I was like, bro, like my Uber driver driving crazy like, as fuck, and I'm already drunk. Like my head is like spinning right now. Like I'm literally spinning. And he was like, nah. And no, Murphy texts back. He was like, no, you gotta put that in the bar. I'm like, bro, my head, like he just wasn't paying attention. I'm like, bro, my head is hurting. He's like, no, you need to write that. Anyways. But I was like, okay, but I'm gonna actually use it. So yeah, that's where the name Uber came from. I just included I Love You, Mom because she called an Uber for me. I had to get home. I had school. I just had shit to do, and yeah, and also because of like the way Deanna Ross starts the song by saying, "My mother was this comfort. She was this comforting person for me, always being like this space of like." I don't know, kind of like reprieve in some ways. So, yeah, that's where that title came from, Uber. But yeah, I just actually being drunk in an Uber that my mother had called.
Okay. Thank you so much for recording your thoughts on P3. I'm serious because I don't know. It's fun going into artists' head and, trying to figure out their story behind the music. It's fun.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's next for you, DJ GlassHeart, in 2026?
Honestly, music videos. Well, the big thing being graduation. I graduate in May. I'm really excited about that. But outside of graduation, I'm hoping to get another car soon. I'm getting really tired of skating. It's getting like super, for some reason, like in December, it was like 50 degrees, but now in Atlanta, it's like fucking 25. Mm-hmm. So I actually need a car now. So car, graduation, music videos. I'm not going to say the idea right now, but it's something I'm super excited about. I feel like it's gonna be really cool if it happens in the way I have planned. But yeah, that I have like my album sort of dropping, if you want to call it that, because it has way more songs, and it was really originally supposed to come out before this, but this kind of just happened in the meantime in like the midst of just being a human. So that's gonna come out. It's called Hikikomori. It's based on we'll probably talk about it again at some other point. but it's based on like the narrative of like this anime which is called Welcome to NHK, and in the anime the main character Sato, he's kind of closed off. He stays inside a lot, and by the end of the anime he kind of opens himself up through experiences and through other people, through his friends, basically like facing fears and stuff like that. So yeah, the idea of Kikomori is based on that. Has way more songs, so yeah, I have those things planned. What else, bro? Honestly, we'll just see. I don't know. It'll probably be some more music before then. Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna have like 3 tapes last year, but you know, life. So yeah, we got stuff planned.
Okay, thank you so much, DJ GlassHeart, for coming on today's show, Speak Your Mind Radio. Love your artistry and keep thriving, bro.
Yes, ma'am, I will. And thank you again for having me on. This was actually a great time to have this interview because I don't have class for like another like 3 hours. So I'm kind of just sitting in the study room. But yeah, this was a great time. I'm probably gonna go to like the cafe now and like try to actually go do some homework. So, but yeah, thank you so like again so much. I really appreciate it. Like, I'm happy to actually talk about this one. It means a lot.
Oh, you're so welcome. And it touched my heart too to listen. So yeah, like I said, keep thriving, and we'll talk again.
Yes, ma'am. Of course.
Peace.
All right, peace.